episode of Cooking with the Cool Dad. Yeah, don't mind me. I worked all night, so yep, it's first thing in the morning. I just ran to the store, grabbed what I needed, and here I am. So yes, it could be a little interesting today. And Penny says hello too. Time for another culinary counterfeit. Today we are doing the Taco Bell Crunchwrap, mostly. One part of it that I wanted to put in, I could not find, so yeah, we're there. But we're going to recreate the Taco Bell Crunchwrap with sausage with a little twist. The difference being I am using maple breakfast sausage today versus whatever sausage they use, which I'm not sure what it is. It's all good. So, yeah, we are doing the go-to for stoner breakfast, I guess. Can I say that now that it's legal in New York? You ever want good entertainment, though? Hang out near a Taco Bell drive-thru at about midnight, between midnight and 2 a.m. All the stoners are going through, ordering $40 a pop off the value menu, and it can be kind of fun to watch. Yeah. Again, worked all night, brain's a little fuzzy. Let's get rolling. I'm going to drop down below, and we're going to start making stuff. Now, the first thing I usually cook when I'm doing something like this is I'm cooking the sausage first. Very simply put, it's pretty much the greasiest thing and the most stable once cooked. So I'm going to throw that in first. Again, I have maple breakfast sausage here. Just putting it in and cooking it up. You can use any sausage you like. If you want to use brown and serve, go ahead. If you want to use crumbles, feel free. Patties, no problem. Whatever works for you. That's going to be the key ingredient here. Once these are done, I'll move on to my next item in the cooking list, which is going to be the hash brown potatoes. I actually got the patties, which is what I believe they use. They deep fry theirs, but I pan fry mine, a little healthier. I am trying to stay somewhat healthy today. There we are. Okay, we're going to let these finish cooking, and we'll be right back around to move on to the next step. Our sausage is just about done here. Now you'll notice I did kind of chunk it up into pieces here. Two reasons for that. One, you know it's cooked properly when you can see it all the way through, but two, and this is probably the bigger reason for me, it eases distribution into the Crunchwrap. So let's see. That's all cooked. I'm going to set this on a plate next to the stove here. Now, add a little bit of Pam. Okay, add a whole lot of Pam. I'll be honest, I'll add a whole lot of Pam. And we're going to get out our hash brown potatoes, which are noisy. I miss the days when they came in a cool little box package. I'm going to pop 2 of these in here for my Crunchwrap. Pop these back in the freezer. Now, I was tempted to air fry these this morning just because I could work on it while I was cooking other things, but I decided let's do it in the pan. We're going to make this essentially a one-pan meal when it comes down to it. Almost. Kind of, sort of. So, once we pop our frozen hash browns in, we're going to let them sit. I'm on medium heat right now. We're going to let them sit in here for a few minutes. Once they start to crisp up, you'll know when they're thawed through as they get soft. We're going to flip them over, let the second side crisp up, and then we'll move on to the next step. I've got my hash browns flipped over, and we're just about done with it, cooking those on the second side. Now, the nice thing about something like this is it's great for going to camp, camping, whatever you want to call it. Whether you go camping, glamping, or anything in between, it's a great meal you can make real simple, one pot or pan, easy to do, and run with it. If you've got a big griddle, you can do it on a big griddle. I'm working with a single pan here. That means I got to be a little adaptable, but we'll get to that in a little bit. The beautiful thing about this, and the other reason why I like to do the sausage first, is because all those flavors are now being combined into your ingredients, not just, sitting next to each other. They're all kind of being combined together now. So, We are just about there. I'm just doing them one final reflip here. They are well and goodly thawed. I'm going to finish up the crisping on the bottom side here, and we're going to move on to our next item. There we go. The other nice thing about the Crunchwrap, let's face it, it's portable. You can eat it on the run, and if you have the type of job that requires you to be driving all the time, it's handy. Pun intended. Okay, so our potato is done. Set those on the side. Now, what I'm going to do is do a little scrape on the bottom here. When you have non-stick pans, you do want to stay away from using metal utensils. Still working on teaching people that. But I'm going to get some of this off the bottom so I don't get too much of it in the next step. Pop over here. Scrape that right into trash. And again, one pot, nice and easy. Throw a little more Pam in there. And eggs. Now there is a trick to doing the eggs for something like this. Anytime you're putting eggs into some sort of wrap or roll or container, some edible container, you don't want them to be overly wet. It just basically makes a leaky, messy breakfast at that point. So what we want to do is when we scramble our eggs here, now if you want to cook an egg over hard, over medium, over easy, hell, I mean whatever you prefer. I like my eggs scrambled, and I like all that flavor mixed right into them. But the thing is, we want to make sure for the scrambled that they're nice and dry, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but I mean we don't want them to be dust dry, but we don't want them to be juicy either, because juicy will just make a big mess. So there we go. I'm just going to stir them around a little bit, and the nice thing is on this heat, it goes fairly quickly. That's the other advantage to using a single pot or pan or skillet, is that everything stays heated, it goes pretty quick. So we've got a quick setup for breakfast. Let's see. Almost there. And again, this is more for your convenience than anything else. When you pick it up and bite it, you can get all the juices sliding down your front. There we go. Okay, now we're going to move this over to the plate here. Okay, I'm going to set my pan to the side for a second. There's a reason for that. We're getting our soft shell tortilla wraps. The bigger the better in this case. Yes guys, size does matter when it comes to tortillas for Crunchwraps. Now, I said earlier I had most of it. I meant most of it, because the one thing I don't have that I wasn't able to locate was the crunchy tortilla part, which is what it is. If you're like me and you're watching your carbs, then not having that is less of a big deal. Okay, now, notice I'm just going to take and pop this right on here for a minute. What I'm doing is probably burning my tortilla. Ah, yes, a little bit. Yep, that gave me that nice crisp look to it. Let me rotate the camera. Okay, now we're going to start adding. And you see I literally put that on there for just a few seconds to give it a little heat, warm it up a little bit. I was not aiming to melt the cheese. That was not my goal. So, hash brown patty 1, hash brown patty 2. Put some eggs. This will make more sense in a couple minutes, don't worry. Put some sausage. Okay, now comes the fun part. And this part I'm still working on perfecting. I'll be totally honest about it. But here's the thing. If you can only get smaller ones, or you're not comfortable with how it folds, don't be afraid to add a second wrap to it, which I just might do. Actually, let me check my cabinet real quick. Well, I thought I had some small wraps around, but I don't. So we're just going to kind of work this around. You're going to kind of fold the edges in. Oh wait, nope, I forgot something. My bad. There's a almost forgot cheese on the top. And yes, there's a reason for that. So, now fold all your edges in. Rotate, fold, 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 fold your wrap as you go around. I'm a terrible singer and I shouldn't subject you all to my bad sound. Okay, now, bring this back over here. Now that I've got it kind of all folded together, I'm going to put my spatula on top and drop it into the pan and make a big damn mess while I'm at it. But like I always say, I will show you guys everything. The fails, the successes, the whole works. Because that's what it's all about. It's not about making some picture perfect. Oops. Yeah, bring you back to the pan. It's not about making a picture perfect piece of food like some of these major chefs do. Not a big deal. Ow. Hey, that pan's hot. Again, that gets included. It's about showing that anybody can make good food themselves at home. So, we let this sit for a minute here. We want to get that cheese that's on the top, well, now the bottom, to start melting a little bit, because that's going to be your glue holding it shut. Okay, so, get underneath, flip, and it's a big gooey mess on top. I openly admit that. I'm actually going to cheat and use the second one. Because why not? This is my breakfast. I worked all night. I'm entitled to it. Okay, so now the cheese on the, well, what's now the bottom is very likely melted. I'm going to flip. There we go. Hang on, I'm going to bring the camera around. Sorry. Gotta let you see it all. We're having a good day. Okay. Getting all my corners. Ooh, that's warm. That's very warm. Corners tucked under. Fortunately, I like cheese. I'm literally just going to go around and sprinkle a little around the edge. You can see, I like cheese, but I'm only using a little bit around the edge, a little bit on top. Again, that's your glue. Now we can go around, tuck and fold, tuck and fold. Now, if I'd be able to find 12-inch tortillas, this probably would work better, but unfortunately the store only had 10-inch, so I work with what I got. Okay, we've got it folded. Ow, pan's hot. Pan's hot. That would be so much easier on a griddle. Okay, now I got this back on the griddle, or the pan there. There we go. Oh, things I should not do when I'm super low on sleep. Make cooking videos. Although honestly, I hope it does entertain you guys as well as show you that you can make good food at home. Even if you've been told you can't boil water, don't believe that. Everybody has the potential to make good home-cooked food. It's possible to do. That's why I do these in a way you can follow along, because I believe in you, because I know that you can make some great food too. Because that's how you sit people down around the table and have some great times, great memories, awesome conversation, maybe even just start to change the world a little bit. You never know. Okay, let me get underneath here. I need to get a griddle for my stove. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, that cheese became my glue, and that's what's holding it together. Damn, that sausage was good. Yes, I stuck a piece of sausage. You guys can see me doing that. Yum. I haven't eaten since like late last night, or early last night, so yeah, I'm hungry. Now I'm going to leave it on like this for just a few minutes, just to kind of crisp up that bottom, give me a nice done look to it. A couple more minutes. God, that is a thing of beauty. Okay, I hear it in the shuffling in the bottom, and I know it's good. When I shuffle it around, it sounds paperish and sounds paper dry. That's when you know you're pretty much ready to roll. Okay, give me a minute to reposition the camera. I'll see you guys up top. We'll dig in and talk about what we made. Well, Crunchwrap, here we go. You can see all those amazing layers in there. Now, if you want to add salsa, sour cream, ketchup, hot sauce, whatever you want to add to it, add to it. Dip it, dunk it, spritz it, spray it, throw it on there. Oh, yeah. Of course it's good. Anyway, because if I eat this whole thing right now, this video is going to be forever long. So, we just made a breakfast Crunchwrap. Super simple, super easy. Great for one pan, no mess. Well, minimal mess. Camp, quick breakfast, breakfast for a bunch of people. You just make up a bunch of stuff and whip it all together as you go. I mean, pretty simple and straightforward. I mean, Taco Bell is onto this. It's fast food. You should be able to make it quickly, even from scratch. If you wanted to do this with homemade flour tortillas, I have a video on that. You can go back and look at it. I might even link it somewhere in here, because why not? I did get store-bought tortilla shells because it's quick and easy. And honestly, I'm tired. If nothing else, I'm honest with you guys. There will be a 1-minute version of this video on the TikTok as well. Look for the original Cool Dad. Obviously, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/thecooldad. And YouTube, well, go to the website. It's easier. cookingwiththecooldad.com. I would love to see you all there. I try to get a new video up every single week. I will let you guys know the next couple weeks there will be a stretch where I'm not cooking per se, but I'll be talking about food in other places as Mrs. Cool Dad and I are finally taking a vacation. We've earned it. I was debating, I may try and squeeze a couple more videos together over the next week or so to be able to upload them while we're on vacation, but I will have additional content, reviews and such of food. It's going to be food related, that much I promise you, while we are on vacation. I have been given the stink eye about that, but Mrs. Cool Dad understands. But the other thing is, this vacation is going to, I think, is going to give me some better ideas, or more ideas, for some awesome culinary counterfeits that I am looking forward to doing. Remember, food is life, life is good. Let's eat some more. Anything you cook yourself has that extra bit in it. That little bit of love, of compassion, of caring, of whatever it is that comes from you. And no, I don't mean that piece of fingernail you cut off when you were cutting something. No, that's not what I'm talking about. That comes from in here. That makes it special. That's why I want to show you that you, yes, you right there who thinks you can't boil water. Yes, you right there. You too can make good food to bring people to your table. Sit down, talk to people, put the electronics away for a while. Have a great conversation. Learn something about the people you hang out with. Talk to somebody who has a different point of view. It's not going to change the world right away, but it'll change the world around you. It'll change how you see the world. It can change your perspective just enough that if we really get it to spread, maybe we can make the world a better place. Why? Because shouldn't we leave the world a little bit better than we found it? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, I'm overtired. I'm going to let you all go. Have a great week. I will see you guys in the next one. Please remember, until next time, be kind to one another.